and I are busy filming some virtual safaris with all the puddles in a Makala. I hope Morgan doesn't get eaten by anything out there. Morgan, don't get eaten!
From curious cubs to rare sightings and the people and challenges that we face out on safari, the last few days have really shown us that life out in the bush is always full of surprises. Thank you for joining us on Bush Tech Safari Plus.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello and good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in for Safari Live this lovely afternoon. We're out here in the Masai Mara and it is a beautiful sunny day. And my name is Imara and on camera we have James. Welcome. May this safari this afternoon be amazing, may it be lovely, and may it be wonderful. And before we get into our beautiful sighting of the day, we have some ellies and some topies in the background. But this area is a place I left Kaleo, Lola, I think Nempiris was here too. But they all seem to be wanting to hunt, but no hunt so far. But we did get a beautiful chance one of the days in the past few weeks of the drive. We got to see Kaleo and her cubs, her two boys, very healthy, eating a buffalo carcass. So we're going to take a look at that highlight and show you guys how the young ones are getting along with eating a buffalo. You're helping mom out. Look at that. Beautiful moment. And guys, again, it's just amazing watching them grow up. I saw them the first time being introduced to the males, and now coming back and seeing them this big. Still not as big as mom, but look at that tummy, look at his belly, it's so big. And she's definitely enjoying that. Because again, with the organs, it's nutrient density, you have a lot of copper, iron. It's very beneficial. A lot of vitamins. And you see even his belly was full, but he said, I'm gonna come back for seconds. Look at him going into the organs. Oh, look at him. Oh, these boys are gonna become so big. Oh, my Kaleo have done amazing. And again, I'm not seeing any other lions in this area. I haven't seen Kaleo in a few days. I think it was earlier in the week. Hi, handsome. That was a really good one. It's good to see how those cubs are getting bigger and bigger every single day. We have other guys on the drives, not just me alone. We have Ian and Dan, and it's going to be really great. I hope they also get to have a lot of beautiful sightings. And we are still out here, as you can see, in the beautiful Masai Mara. And those are our lions in the background. And this ellie, let me tell you about this elephant. We got a nice roadblock today morning before leaving camp for the morning drive, and there was an elephant, two boys. That's one of them because of his missing tail. I think I recognize him. So it's one of the boys who made us a bit delayed to get to the vehicle because, yeah, they like to kind of go into camp, and where we park the vehicles, a lot of nice bushes, different vegetations for them to eat. So I know our boy there was excited to have all that to himself. And look who that is. We have some lions. They've been here the whole day, and I've just been wondering what's been the plan. I haven't seen the cubs I'm sure with this heat, it's not good for them to be out and about. But there are 3 of them in this area. I know you can only see 2. The other one is right behind the other grass. At least they're looking for some shade, but I don't know what their plan has been. Topies have been in this area. They didn't try any topies. There was some zebras, no zebras. Warthogs, we left them actually looking at warthogs in the morning as we were driving out. So I always like coming back here just to see, has there been any updates, any progress? Darkmane Lover, hello, good afternoon. Both of us, James and I, like to say good afternoon and thank you for tuning in for the drive. It is good. Now we have at least our lions. They're just to our left. And we have some other vehicles. Don't worry, at least they're from our camp, Governor's Camp. And the cheeky boy from today morning. He was very up and down because there's one of the security guys back at camp, and he says that there's an elephant with a bit of a missing tail, and he likes to disturb them and keep them on their toes. So I am highly suspecting is this young male. He's still together with a herd, so I am suspecting to be below 15 years of age. By the time they reach either 12, 14, 15, let's say that whole range, they do tend to leave the herd, they leave their mom and their sisters and start becoming more independent. But right now, our Ellie is just still with mom. We're going to send you over to Dan. We had some guests with him. Let's go say hello, good afternoon, and hear what the plans will be.
Good afternoon, everybody, and a lovely warm welcome here at Sandringham. We've got another 2 very special guests with us here this afternoon, 2 of Tracker Academy's finest students. We are currently right at the campus, and this is where all the magic happens. But before we get and start our game drive, and you guys have the privilege of being a guest this afternoon, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're looking forward to this afternoon. Ozzy?
Hello guys, my name is Ozzy Simhlong. Today I've been like to being a guest to the Wild Earth, because since I've been watching this, so I guess I'm lucky to have you as I'm your guest today. Thank you.
No, we are lucky to have you as guests. Apparently, Calvin, you guys were watching the show this morning. No. How did the guys do this morning?
I feel like they were doing very, very good.
I think so too, hey?
Yeah, and they had fun also.
So is there any pressure on you two this afternoon?
No, I don't think so.
No, okay. Tell us a little bit about yourself and something interesting.
Okay, my name is Mamija Calvin from Zanini. I'm looking forward for this afternoon to be a guest. So like, what I'm looking forward is to see how the animals interact with each other, and to thank Tracker Academy for this opportunity.
Cool.
I'm really thankful.
Cool, guys. Well, let's get to it. Let's hop on the vehicle and let's go on our game drive.
Thank you.
Well, welcome to the Sabi Sands, and we found a magpie shrike, or long-tailed shrike, magpie shrike, we'll get confused, but it's calling away, and just underneath it, although I see the one has flown off, but they're a group of hornbills. I've seen both yellow-billed and red-billed, but let's stick to the magpie shrike. Great shot there. It's kind of just precariously balancing in the wind. Pause getting the shot though. You can see that beautiful tail, kind of, I would say, balancing it, but it's very vocal. Now there's another one calling, and it's listening. It's scratching. It's calling. The language of the birds, they're talking to each other, that's for sure. Thanks, Patricia. Yeah, we all are. I think we're all optimistic. Oh, there comes a second one, so maybe it's actually a youngster. Quite interesting behavior. I thought the one was gonna feed the other one. No. Yeah, it looks like the wind has stopped bothering it so much, but that branch is just a little bit in the way of the eye. I'm scared if we move we might scare them off. Not too far from the vehicle. There's another one. Yeah, it is a pretty cool. How would you describe that? But like a whistle. I think that's the other call they've got. Oh, I like these birds. They're quite easy to identify, and always nice to see.
Ah, lovely birds. We do enjoy some good birding. And we'll just try to reposition ourselves to get a little bit of a closer look of our friends. This is one of the lionesses. I know this is Lola. Her coat is looking nice and dark. The whole area is very active. You can see some ellies right there in the back, but she's panting really fast, so she's trying to cool off. But I'm just wondering why these guys won't just go to a proper shade. There's so much shade around. We also have other lions. Everyone's up and about. Ellies will definitely make our lions move around a lot more. That's a good frame. Look at the heat. Look at the lion, the elephant. Yay, Lioness, look at the elephant. At least where she is, she feels quite safe. Again, elephants will see lions and will actually want to even chase them a little bit and tell them back off, give me space, and lions will very much respect that request. Yeah, look at that, almost in the same line with the elephant. The cubbies, I'm sure she goes back to them when it's much cooler. I'm sure they're even taking a much needed rest in one of the bushes, which is good, near the lager area where it's much safer, much cooler. But them being around here out and about, I'm just curious, again, what is the plan? Jackie, indeed, we have Big James to thank for that. Getting us all the best frames, most good looking sightings. But they have been up. They still look around. There are topies around. There are zebras. There's one eland. And I know what I'm saying, it sounds like it's an easy feat, but it's not. Even taking down a topi for our 3 lions or 4 lions right now, because I'm only seeing 3 or 4. I think one of them is in the bush. It's still a tough one. Having the male around does make it much easier to bring down heavy animals, because they did try a buffalo but unsuccessful because he was a big buffalo, and that buffalo is like very, let's say, very aggressive. And our females also having young ones, I don't think they want to risk any injuries. If they don't able to get any food and you're injured, well, then what the cub's going to eat? So the long game has to be thought of for sure. That's why I've been liking to come back here and check on them ever since they had their failed attempt. They've been warthogs, but again, with lions, good strategy. You just can't go and approach an animal thinking you'll automatically catch it. You have to be, one, what's my position like? Has the animal I'm trying to hunt down, has it seen me? Do I have good cover? All those things combined, and also like what animal is it? When you think of it all combined, it is now very Very crucial for them to make the right move at the right time. Hence why coming back here is good for us to know what is happening. Lydia, I don't think she's scared or hungry with like wanting to hunt the elephants. I know they are a bit hungry because they have been sitting out in the sun like this as if they're not really resting or digesting. But they're just keeping an eye on the elephants. They just like to see where they are. Even elephants can cause like some serious damage, even death to lions themselves. They're very big and very well respected out here. So for her, I think she's just looking at the elephant. I don't think there's any fear. Even if the elephants came really close, you just move for them and you go on your way and you just kind of give them a lot of space. But that's what I've been wondering, what their plan will be. But sweetheart, you look like you're feeling really hot. Being on the equator, it's a very interesting environment. Once it reaches a certain time, it gets really cool. It's so fast. Once the sun literally even disappears behind the clouds, it is cool. But today, very hot. Oh yes, we can see your face. Hello. Look at the ellie in the background. Still on the same line. Yeah, that's the cheeky boy I was talking about with his tail missing. Do you want to get up? You look like you want to get up, but look at her coat. Shiny, very deep color. But if they don't try anything at this time, they'll have to try maybe at night. I said the same thing yesterday and I was hoping that they did get maybe one, even a warthog at least, but no sign. Look at that frame. I love this so much. The bush is a really thick one. She was trying to lay her head down, but the bush was like, nope. She has to be the one to adjust. Yeah, she's hearing something. Look at her ears, how they're moving. Obviously the fly is irritating her ears and her face, as lions tend to have a lot of flies. Yeah, she's breathing a lot. It's trying to cool off. Lenny, no, the migration has started. They have been wildebeest crossing in the Masai Mara River, but the location where they've been crossing a lot more often is about 2.5 hours away from where we are. So it is quite a distance to get there, but they have been crossing. They just haven't reached where we are, as the Masai Mara is pretty big. But Serengeti is 8 times bigger. I'd like to know, actually. I'd like to check for you guys how big the Masai Mara is. I think it's around 1,000 kilometers squared, maybe more actually. And you also have the surrounding conservancies and animals being able to move in and out to Serengeti area. And to be much easier for the lionesses, for sure, if they did have some wildebeests, because it will be much easier kill for them than any buffalo or big zebra. So we're going to send you off to Ian, see what he's doing as our lioness tries to cool off a little bit more.
Well, good afternoon everyone, and we just thought we'd stop and show you these tracks. These are baboon tracks, and they're quite large. I've actually got a lion track here, but that is not what we wanted to stop and show. And sometimes baboon tracks here, you can see a nice one, the 4 foot here. So I've got the 4 foot, and then the hind foot's a much longer one. So maybe this looks a bit longer. You can see how elongated that is. And here's a great one. This looks like the back, what's at the back right foot. And a whole bunch of these baboons walking up a big troop. And the reason we wanted to stop is because this morning, if you're watching, we actually had a call that there was a leopard close to camp. So we drove down this road and the baboons were walking. Maybe they'd been drinking at the pan there, and we just felt like we didn't give them the due acknowledgement that maybe we should have. So we thought, well, at least now driving here I remembered that we saw these baboons. We thought, well, let's just show you the viewers that the baboons were here, because it's actually something that I haven't seen in the sort of 4 days that I've been here, except this morning when we were rushing to see the leopard. So unfortunately the leopard trumped the baboons, and we got like maybe a glimpse of the leopard. But nice to see the baboons, and we're going to see if we can find them a little bit later. And while we do that, let's go back to Dan, and he's with the Tracker Academy. Good luck on that search, Ian. We know how difficult it can be to find leopards. I mean, Calvin, how many leopards have you seen here at Sandringham since you've been here?
I want to see the tracks of the leopard.
Only seen the tracks, eh? And have you spent some time tracking them?
No, I haven't spent time tracking them. They are very skittish. It's really hard to see them. You only see the tracks, but those tracks were old. You can't really track them. They are 2 days old. So it means you can't find the animal.
Okay, so what do you spend most of your time tracking here at Sandringham?
Lions, elephant, buffaloes.
And is it easy to track? Tell us some of like the most important skills that you've kind of learned in the past few months about tracking, something that you need to remember every time you start a track.
It's really to know the behavior of the animal. If you track, if it's a lion, you have to know exactly where you will find them. So you have to predict actually.
Okay, so
now the weather is very important. There's like now it's hot, which means they might find the shade resting.
Yeah.
If the weather is like it's cold or partly cloudy, you know that okay, they might be moving, because you can't really predict their movement, but like you have to like know their behavior before you're doing that.
Okay, so if I put a situation to you, if I explain what happened to us this morning, we started tracking those lions and they went to a water hole, which we're actually going to try and get close to shortly. They had a drink, we saw them have a drink, and then they got up and they walked. What kind of like behavioral aspects of this pride of lions from this morning to now do you think we should know before we start to track and find them, hopefully find them?
Now, since like they were feeding and they managed to drink a lot of water, so now I'm also thinking that they might be resting by now.
So like, from this water with full bellies, how far do you think they would have walked?
They won't really walk that long distance, because like they've eaten their food, they're drinking water, so they might rest for some time.
Yeah.
Just
Moderator, thanks for that comment. Sorry, there was a comment that came through. Carry on.
So like changing the shade, you can move from here to there. You can't really move far. Maybe you can move to one shade to another, because the shade, as the sun goes, the shade is moving.
Cool.
So they might change the location through that, but they can't really walk that long distance.
So what you're telling me is that you are confident we are going to 100% find these lions this afternoon?
Yeah, nearby where you saw them earlier. Not
confident 100%. You're a brave man, eh? Okay, that's a good one. I like it.
Yeah.
We are getting closer to that watering hole. I think that'll be a good place to start our track this afternoon. Let's go and have a look, and you can tell us what we saw this morning from the signs and the tracks at that water hole. And it'll be interesting to see how far they've gone.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Good, I'm looking forward to it too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are just about to get to that water hole. Come and catch up with us again when we are sitting there.
Alright then, let me show you what you're missing. Our archive allows you to delve into the past, be it yesterday or many years ago. You can visit characters who've left us.
Doesn't ever get old.
This is, of course, the Little Prince, Hosanna, guides who've moved on to other things.
Tingana's walking right in front of my vehicle.
These guys are the sausage tree pride.
Classic stories and wonderful moments. Wild Earth Explorers, wilder together. Would you like to know what an elephant's favourite food is? You could ask me questions like that in real time. Our safaris are live and interactive from the heart of Africa. Over here. Watch Safari Live and connect with nature.
I think basically he wants the hyena away from him.
This is unusual habitat for cheetah to hunt in.
We go, some more elephants are coming. It's an elephant party.
We know that adverts pay our bills, but you don't necessarily like them. So, this is a fantastic way to stop being interrupted. Sign up today and you'll get instant access to wildlife. 24/7, ad-free, live and on demand. No pesky commercials, no rude interruptions, just wild Africa exactly as it unfolds. Wild Earth Explorers, wilder together.
Long line of them just walking and walking and walking, and the line was still not ending. We actually sat there for I think 5 minutes plus, and the line of zebras was just endless. Got our young one just taking it easy in the shade, but our herons, it seems like they're enjoying it, not feeling too hot. And how we saw the tusks on the young one, by the time they're 3-4 years of age, the weaning, having mom's milk will definitely stop. Wait, this seems like a younger one. No, it's a different ellie. Yeah, this is a much tinier baby, so you still have a lot of time to stick with mom. But that's why 2 years of age is a pretty critical time for the young ones. Professional trunk users, tusks coming in, getting to the age where you stop actually needing mom to feed. Oh, what a frame. Even the grass color in the background. And look at her ears. They have like really interesting cuts. So with the elephant ears, a lot of wear and tear. Oh, a nice shake from the heron. And they're just enjoying just being around here. But again, look at the wear and tear, the ears, our heron. It's really tough to choose who to focus on. From the one scratching its head to our beautiful ellie in the back. Maud, yes, mom does give a lot of shade for the baby. This is one, the skin. I was trying to say like how the skin is very sensitive and still needs mom like protection. So even if it's hot and there's no shade nearby, the baby will tend to stick more on mom's side where there's shade. They want to do that instead of just being out in the open. The skin, again, still very sensitive. The time they get older, the skin is better handled to all the elements. Talking about the sun, even when it's cold. And the story I like talking about, it was a buffalo, actually, a calf. It was so young, and it was walking, but it was walking so behind mom, like very far. It was calling out to mom a lot. And the night before, it rained, like just continued raining the whole night from about 6 p.m. And it was still very cold, and the grass was wet. It was rainy season here for us, and you could just tell that our young calf was not used to the cold of the morning or even being rained on the whole night. So as they get older, of course, you get used to the elements. And same thing here with our ellie. Like once you get a nice closer look at the wrinkles. Compare now the skin of the baby and mama. You see how the skin just looks like it's so... You see it keeps on walking next to mom like, shade, need some shade. But yeah, you see the wrinkles, they're not yet there fully. And of course, they'll keep on adding more and more. And it's natural for elephants to have wrinkles. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with them. It's another way for them to even keep... Oh, our baby just laid down. Oh, cutie pie. it's another way for them to also keep moisture on the skin for a much longer time. So when they do their wallowing, throw water around, mud around, some mud gets into between, let's say, the wrinkles, and it won't evaporate immediately like the top layer where it's not wrinkled, if that makes sense. So it does help a lot. Stop. This cutie pie is just too adorable. I don't know what it is about any young animal. The cuteness overload is always just through the meter. You can see her kicking around, flapping her ears, cooling off. Let's see this young one. Candace, sometimes they do. You'll see mom waiting for their young ones. You'll see them just pausing, looking like they're just, like you've hit pause, and it's just mom waiting for the young ones. And also when you see mom's tail swinging and hitting the back of the baby, she knows that, okay, my baby is still behind me. I don't really need to look behind. So even when they do their whole swinging of the tail, it kind of also helps with feeling out if the young one is still with her. You can imagine for an elephant to see behind her, she has to turn her head, her whole body almost, to kind of give a good look. Some serious pruning going on here for our birds too. It's quite important, all our flight birds, to keep their feathers intact. It's not like our ostriches, who I'll hopefully try to find this afternoon. I've missed seeing the ostriches. If we don't, it's okay. If we do, amazing. Yeah, they really like this grass. Well done, hippos. I think your water is also making the grass on this side much tastier. I'll even stop by the hippo pool. I know people find it very ew and yucky, but I like to see how they're doing. If there's any recent fights, as I really do highly suspect it's a bachelor pool. Maureen, it is cuteness overload. Everything. Even our birds. Look at them looking like models, paid actors. Just sit there, look pretty. It's like the penguins from Madagascar, smile and wave. But these are not penguins. Our sacred ibis, some herons. Oh, I love when I see the shadow from clouds in the background. It just looks like a painting. It's even the top layer of the elephant. Look at that frame. Nice one, James. Thank you. Look at her tail also. It's looking very healthy. There's some elephants, their tails don't even have much, let's say, of the hairs at the tip. It's like one or two. Hers looks very healthy, very thick. Also good for hitting flies, swatting them away. Oh, a nice breeze is coming into. I know the ellies are enjoying that. Good way to cool off. Oh, look at that. Oh, nice ellies. We're gonna send you guys to Mabula to see what's going on, what are they up to, and hopefully they'll find something beautiful to show you guys.
Good afternoon, Dumelang. My name is Tsepo, and I am not alone this afternoon. I am with the legend Luyanda on the camera. And this afternoon we have some fresh lion tracks. The lionesses with some cubs. They were heading towards the dam, and we are hoping to actually see if we can actually find them. And there is a resident pair of fish eagle there that I'm hoping that we might potentially tick off as well. But I hope you are having a very exciting afternoon, as we are as well, and excited to see what this afternoon has in store for us. We're not quite far from the dam. It's still a little bit warm, So even though they might be around the dam, they might be a little bit in the shades. Hey Sandy, yes, it is one of the most difficult things to track because they do not actually stay for that long on the ground. Waterbeds, yes, around the dams you might play around in terms of seeing the tracks, but most of them, they do not quite stay long for you to even figure out where they went. But it's always exciting to actually track. The feeling that you actually get when you track something and you really find it is just an amazing feeling. You get super excited for that hard work. So having a fresh track of lionesses and cubs like that was just super amazing and gets me excited, and hopefully our search is a success this afternoon. Louise, good afternoon. Let's see. Gotta think deep and search back in the box for that. I think the one that I find a little bit tricky because I actually love cats. It's more of, I find it difficult to try to follow a caracal one day. That was one of the ones that actually gave me one of the most difficult time, and a civil as well. So caracal and civil are quite difficult to actually track down because we once actually had it during the day and disappeared a little bit quickly, and then we tried to actually follow it. It became a little bit difficult to actually follow up on that. And I would also put honey badgers for me as well. There we go. Coming a little bit of a steep of the dam wall. Nothing of their tracks yet, but they have made their way on this side. But I'm confident this afternoon that we must actually find them. Want to also check up on them if they did actually have something to eat, since we've seen them yesterday, and hopefully they did actually have something. But while myself and Luyanda continue with the search, I'm going to send you back to Imara with some crocodiles.
It is big, but not the biggest one. But this is quite interesting, guys. I have never seen a crocodile on this part of this seasonal river. This is very interesting. We did have a question about, like, do crocodiles, this was a few days ago, do crocodiles actually like walk out of water? Have you ever seen one? I've never seen one, but this guy for sure did most likely come in from Mara River, and that is a long way. Kilometer wise, I'd like to say about 7 kilometers. And you can imagine with crocodiles, like, that is actually quite impressive for it to have found its way here. It's my first time seeing this. This is great. Hello, crocodile. You can see it was in the water recently, how the legs are shiny on the back. Also has a friend. So look at that. We're able to even compare the size of our crocodile to the yellow-billed stork. That's so interesting. Both of them look like they're just enjoying each other's company in their own way. But also look at how both of them are in two different, let me say, temperature zones, okay? Crocodile was in the water, most likely cooling off, and now is in the sun, maybe warming up, as crocodiles do like to be in the sun, sunbathing. It's very important for them to do so as they're cold-blooded. And then if you look at our stork, one of the legs looks very white, and that's due to its poop. Something similar even to what the marabou stork does. They do poop on their own legs, which helps with cooling off their body temperature. Yeah, look at that. It looks like a stocking or a boot. I don't know if it's the same stork we saw earlier today when it was on its wrists. Oh no, ankles actually. It looked like it was bending with a backward knee, but the knees are much higher up. Look like you're asleep. You're kind of swaying side to side. So our friend here was definitely cooling off from the day. Look at that. Yes. You're asleep, huh? Lisa, it does look like a statue, a sleepy statue. Now we have a plover at the bottom. The wind. Now he's awake. You're awake, yay. I think that's a 3-banded plover also at the bottom. It's so tiny. Is it a 3-banded plover? Oh, it's gone. I need to look through the binos. Oh, look at these two friends. One's heating up, one's trying to cool down. So that's what I was trying to say with the comparison to body temperatures of their selves. And this seasonal river is doing pretty well for them. But crocodile, what are you doing here? What fish are you eating? Because crocodiles do eat fish. They don't need to eat all the time. But I am curious because this water always makes me wonder who likes to live in it.
Okay, well, welcome back to Sandringham, everybody, and we've got an interesting situation. Ozzy is up here at the moment, and what we've done is we've come to this watering hole, and if you guys were tuned in this morning, you saw that pride of lions come and have a drink here. But now I'm going to put Ozzy to the test here a little bit, and it's not a test at all. I just want to see or hear what you're thinking about when you come to a situation like this where you can see lion tracks. What did they do before? What were they doing here? And where are they going? So let's see what your thoughts are, and take us through what happened here.
So, as yesterday we were trailing them, so they were having a kill this side. So it seems like after having a kill, they came here to this watering hole to have a drink and rested here because in the morning sunrise they were resting here. So now they are full, having lots of water. Now they are heading this way because I've checked around the pen. There's no tracks heading this way. We have couples of impalas, so it means they are not close here. They are heading this way because the wind is blowing from that side to this side. So lions, they tend to travel upwind, like the wind blowing towards them in order for them to detect what's around them. So these lions, they were here in the morning. These tracks are fresh from this morning. So now they are up, they are heading this direction. So we'll try by all means to circle around and try to find them.
Okay, so what's the next step in our process of tracking? What do we need to do from here in order to try and find these lions? What's the next step?
For now, we'll find the exit tracks where they are heading, then we circle over the block. If the tracks are cutting out the block, or if they didn't cut, it means that the lions are inside the block. So we'll cut in using our vehicle to find them.
Cool. A question from Steph. You know that white lion, Passanwari, that you've seen? Have you seen him around here before?
Yes, we've seen him.
Are you able to tell the white lion just by its tracks?
No, it's hard. It's hard. You can't tell this white lion by its tracks.
No, you did right. Steph was trying to trick you and you nailed it. Don't worry.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see if we can find these exit tracks. Where do you think they're going? I mean, there are a few game paths that we're looking into here. Which game path do you think they've taken, and why?
I think they took this one because lions are soft padded, so they won't go through these thickets here. I'm having 3 game paths. I check on this one, no tracks. Check on this one, no tracks. So this is my last game path. I'm thinking that they head on this path. They might be heading down to the river. Up there, we'll see when we cut there.
Okay, perfect. Yes. Should the 3 of us get to it?
Yes.
Let's see if we can find them. I'm sure these females are waiting to get away from these males. They've eaten most of their giraffe, now they're going to carry on. But before they do that, they're doing a bit of grooming and looking after one another. Lions are very good at cleaning themselves and looking after themselves. But some of the really hard to get spots, like behind your head and behind your ears there, you're going to have to rely on one of your other pride members to help you clean that area. Look at her, she's going to come and have a drink. She doesn't look like she's eaten so much of that giraffe. She hasn't got a full belly. But when you've got a full stomach, you don't have to move too far. I mean, they would have been very happy last night. It was a cooler evening, but having full bellies means you can stay much warmer and you don't have to use so much energy, or you've got excess energy allowing you to stay warm. Well, hi everyone, and we have heard reports that what's that in front of us there? I'm really struggling. Sorry everyone, this is jeez. I see what we've been looking for. Really thick stuff, and I got to drive over. Have you got it there? Sorry, just getting to sighting. Really excited. We've just come across Rhulani the leopard, and but it's really thick here. Dash cam. Paul's got trees in his camera, and boom, there she is. And what you might not be able to see is to the left she's got an impala carcass. Oh, she looks exhausted. I thought I saw an impala carcass straight ahead, but maybe it's a log. And we just came in where the one vehicle came out, but a bit tricky to get in here, I'll tell you that much. Very thick, but she's just gone and laid down in the shade. She must be pretty tired. But from my angle, where her tail is, she's actually lying over the hindquarters of an impala. I'm not sure if you can see that, Mpo. Oh, it's really thick, and I've got like a branch in front of me, so it's really hard to get in here. But wow, we are really excited. I've heard so much about Rhulani, and here she is. Yeah, Roseanne, very happy. Sure, we've had a few quiet drives, and then it suddenly is all worth it when you get lucky like this. But not the easiest place to get into here. There are trees everywhere, and little branches and tall grass. But what a relax. She's living up to her name, Rhulani. Although she's a little bit alert now, that other vehicle's moving away. Yeah, the guy on the radio said that there was only space for 2 vehicles, and I can see why he said that. But yeah, she's still breathing quite hard. I wonder how fresh this is, because she's got a massive impala to the left of her. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see that, Marla? I just hear the other guy saying Makulu Mala, which, you know, if you don't know what that means, is a huge impala.
Ian.
Yeah, should I try and go forward or what? Okay, I think I can sneak forward a bit. Mind the branch.
Alright, and then...
Are you ready, M4? So she's watching the other vehicle come in, and rather that than me. I thought I was pretty close to her, but she didn't really give us much attention. She's pretty relaxed, but look at the size of that impala. Actually, why it looks so big is because that looks like the stomach, so she's probably been feeding on it. But I guess that's what makes the Sabi sand so well known. Yeah, Janine, I can see she is on the deck, and maybe, hunting during the day is a good strategy, but I'm pretty sure the hyenas will find this one, as with the lions. But yeah, she hasn't taken it up a tree, and it looks like quite a lot of impala to get up a tree. And looking around, I guess there are a few bigger trees in the area, probably like 50, 100 meters away. But right now she knows what she's doing, and she seems pretty relaxed, resting up. Alright, so anyway, very exciting here. But we're going to take a break from the leopard and go and check in with Imara at her favorite spot. Should I give someone else a turn or what?
The hippo pools. It's nice to see a young leopard, which is great. But how can you beat the hippos? Huh? Look at these guys. Look at the adorableness. All that poop. So this is an area I like to just come and check, especially when we receive rains here and there, but when it gets much hotter, a lot of evaporation is happening. I always like to come and see, is it getting more murkier? And I think it is. There's not just poop mixture, there's a lot of mud. The water flowing downstream where we saw the crocodile, that was a little bit lower. And I think these hippos have just clogged an area where the poop doesn't really travel down, so the little stream of water does get past. But these guys just need to find a way to keep their skin cool. And even the hippo right behind that, when you can see the small red dots. That's now the blood sweat known from the hippo, which is actually like a liquid that secretes from their skin. It's red, but it acts like a UV protection sunscreen. Look very sleepy. But hippos are very interesting. I'd like to ask you guys a question and see if you'll get it. You can let us know in the comment section. If you guys can think which animal is more or closely related to the hippos. I'll give you a few seconds. You guys can type it in. If you know the answer, type it in. If you don't, still let us know. Do you think they're closely related to rhinos, whales, tortoise? No, I'm not joking, not tortoise. But the answer is whales, which the first time when I heard about it, I was like, I don't see it, but I see it, but I don't see it. It's very interesting how a lot of animals will evolve, and they can be very closely related to other animals that don't even look like they could be related. So these guys are very, very much a mystery. Having thick skin, that's one of it. And the skin, again, very, very thick, takes a hyena very long to even chew through a hippo skin, but still so very sensitive to the sun. Like, sometimes you're just wondering, that's very, very interesting. But it's because of the top layer of the skin is the most sensitive part, but the bottom layer is very, very thick. So these hippos don't mind this area at all. It's doing the job. They're keeping their sensitive skin covered. You see that one? Not even pooping. It's actually using the tail to throw some water onto the back. And that's also another way for them to poop, is when you see their tails moving like that. It's kind of like the one for wiping the screen of the windshield. It goes side, side, side. But this.
Can you hear that sound? The way it grows. the way it calls you to come alive. Can you feel the rhythm? The way it beats with the land? Do you feel alive again? Or maybe you never left. You don't just visit the wild, you return to it. The Explorer Chat is a magnificent way to make new friends who share your interest in nature. As an explorer, you'll also get your very own dashboard and personalized profile, plus the ability to save and share your favorite wildlife incidents with our brand new Safari Screenshots feature. Share sightings, swap stories, and experience nature together with people who feel the same pull to the wild as you do. Wild Earth Explorers, wilder together.
Hi there, my name is Kerry Dupree, wildlife presenter and guide. What I love the most about guiding is being able to share my love for wildlife and nature with my guests. Very exciting to find those cheetah boys on a kill. Being passionate about your job makes the world of a difference because your guide definitely sets the tone of every adventure.
I don't think that's smelly as hippos. Let's go see how the progress is going as they track some lions for you guys.
Okay, well, welcome back everybody, and we've just been on a pretty short but very cool adventure. Would you call it successful, Ozzy?
Yes, it's successful.
Cool. What happened?
So, as we're at that pen, the tracks were heading west, so we try to follow them, and we find a fresh sign of them resting in here. So, for me, if lions they want to rest, I can tell because they start to rest here and there, so that told me for this thing they won't go far, they are closer, so we need to be careful. So we track them and find them successfully.
Okay, and do you remember exactly where they were, where we saw them?
Yes, I remember because they were sleeping on that big water there. Now I can see it, so if we drive straight, we can still find them.
Okay, so when you saw them, you took a landmark, and now we're kind of heading straight towards that.
Yes.
That's like, it was one of the biggest lessons that I learned very quickly. I said, if you don't take a landmark,
you are lost.
And all of a sudden you start driving in, and you're like, ooh, where did I see them? And they're gone.
Yes, they will be gone just like that.
Okay, so what do you think the best way to get in here is?
It's this way, you can cut this way.
Cool, cool, cool. Let's see if they're still around.
They're still around.
Ah, nice. Put it there. Nice fist bump here.
Yes.
To me.
Thank you.
Nice. Calvin. Is he dodging sticks there? Well done, buddy. Sean, nice work. This is some really good teamwork and effort here.
Can try it.
Oh, there's one that's a bit closer. There's one there. Okay. I'm going to change cameras here so we can see where we're going. Now, there's one lying there. Good spot. Oh, and there the rest of them. Just try and avoid that sharp stick as much as I can. I reckon this is going to be the best gap here. Everyone lying right there. Jeez, we didn't even make them move at all.
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well done, buddy. That was impressive.
Thank you.
And lots of fun, cool experience for the three of us to get on foot and actually track these lions and
find them.
And see them. They did growl at us a little bit, but they weren't too worried and they didn't move too far.
Yes.
But well done. Successful.
Thank you.
And here they are. They really weren't that perturbed. Luckily, Ozzy spotted them from quite a distance away. And I'm going to ask Calvin a quick question. Mind if I steal that microphone? So Calvin, you predicted it pretty accurately today, and you said one of the biggest kind of skills and instincts that you need is being able to like predict what an animal's going to do. I mean, an animal's never going to 100% predict. I mean, you're never going to be able to 100% predict exactly what that animal's going to do 100% of the time, but you nailed it today.
Oh, thank you.
What do you have to say about that?
No, I'm really proud of myself since I've been predicting, and now it seems like I'm 100% sure that I can predict very well.
Good. You were brave to say 100% that you guys were going to find that today, hey?
Yeah, because like it was hot and they just fed. They were drinking water. They won't cover long distance walking.
There will be a time when they kill a buffalo with full stomachs on 42-degree heat, but you nailed it today.
Yeah, you can't really be sure about how they're going to walk and stuff, but we have to sometimes predict. And then if it doesn't work, I think it will be a part of this thing that you'll be learned. Okay, yeah, they can eat and walk distance, but most of the time they won't just decide to walk while they just eat and drink and water like that. And it is hot also. Remember, they don't have sweat glands, so they need to find some shade around and rest.
Okay. Quick question from Sarah here. What do you think is the hardest animal to track out here?
It's a leopard.
It's a leopard?
Yes.
Is that because of sanding him or because it's a leopard?
Yes, because it's a leopard.
Okay.
Yeah, because like they're skinless. They don't tend to walk. They like to walk in the thickest. So like you might, and they're light. So when they don't make much impression on the ground when they're walking like lions do. So like it's hard.
Good. I agree. A leopard is a difficult animal to track. Yeah. I mean, how do you deal? You can never in the morning or the afternoon say 100% that you're going to find animals, even if you find fresh tracks, right? How do you deal with not finding the animal, but spending hours tracking and tracking? Because I'm sure you've spent hours on some days.
Yes.
Some days you spend hours and you never find the animal. So how do you deal with that when you don't find the animal?
No, it's really painful to just walk and trail them and you can't find them. Seems like you don't know what you are doing. But like at the end of the day, something that you learned, which means there's something that you didn't do right. So you'll be working on your mistakes from that day. Okay, I was tracking these lions. Something that maybe this is a sign that I missed through my trailing. So next time you're going to work on those small mistakes that you'll be doing.
Okay. Ozzy, what do you have to say about that? About the days? It's always great when you manage to find a track and track the animals down and get it to the end.
Yes.
What about the days you don't get it right?
It's painful. Imagine walking in the reserve and trailing, man, and you don't find them.
But it's going to happen. It does happen.
It happens. It happens big time. So you need to tell yourself, I'm finding this thing. If I don't find it, then it's okay. Next day I try again.
Learn the lesson.
Yes.
Try again.
Yes, you apply the last skill you've used and try to improve there and there. Then that's how you'll find it.
Amazing.
Thank you.
It is a skill, and it takes many, many years to master. And I don't think you can ever 100% perfect it. You get guys who are very close, but it's a special thing. Fred's just saying you guys deserve to be proud of yourselves. I think completely.
Yes.
You guys are outstanding, and this was a really fun afternoon. I mean, you guys are you've got a whole career ahead of yourselves doing these kinds of things, tracking lines. I've got a question for the two of you. Tell me, training. I remember my training. It was some of the best days of my life and some of the best friends that I've made and some of the greatest experiences. How have you found this whole experience? Have you made some friends that you think you'll be with forever?
Yes, we've made some friends that we think can be with them. For example, there on our first semester, we're having 5 trainees at Londolozi. They were training as guides. So we're having good relationship from the start until end of our first semester. Then we move 2 years. So if I can get a job, and I'm 100% sure I can get one, so it means we'll meet somewhere somehow with them. Maybe you can work as my guide, I'll be his tracker. Simple. So we make friends, and it's enjoyable here. Training good in every way. I think Tracker Academy.
Good. That's good to hear. Tell me, who's the biggest jokester or prankster in the camp? Who's the naughtiest guy? Actually, don't say it on TV. I'll get it to sound. Is it one of you guys? Ozzy, is it you?
No,
hey?
no. I'm just trying to like.
I know that's training boys. What are the ages of the guys in the camp? Who's the oldest and who's the youngest?
The oldest is Ongs. It's Ongs.
Yeah.
It's 88, right?
Yeah.
It's the oldest.
Okay, and who's the youngest?
It's Ozzy.
Ozzy, it's you. You're often the youngest is the naughtiest.
Yeah.
Do you think that's the same in this Pride of Lions? Do you think the young ones can afford to be naughty?
Yes, big time.
Yes.
Why can they afford to be naughty?
They're trying to like to show off their powers.
Okay.
They
and
still have a lot of energy. Something spooked them, I think. Something's moving this side.
They all wake up and facing this direction.
What do you think they saw?
Maybe impalas, because on our way there was some impalas there.
And I think you're right. Yeah, the wind is just blowing straight there. Maybe even the smell of something. Yeah.
There's something to come from this direction.
So the older ones are always tired, hunting all day, males patrolling. So they will be already sleeping flat. So at the youngest.
So do you think there's no chance, if something came close enough, that these lions would hunt again, huh?
Yes.
They will hunt.
Big chance.
The opportunity that presents itself, they're gonna go for it.
Lions are opportunistic. They eat.
You guys have nailed it. Okay, well, let's spend a little bit more time with this pride and see what their interest is, what's got their attention. And while we do that, let's send you over to Tepo and see what he's up to on his mission.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying the lions with Daniel and the trackers, and hopefully some action actually takes place and they can feed. We are still looking for our lionesses. They went into the block, but it's quite thick with the tracks, and I'm trying to round just to see if they did not cross over, because you do not want to off-road when the cubs are like that, especially in the long grass like this. So we're just gonna keep it a little bit safe, and hopefully they are able to actually come out for us to actually see them. So we'll continue moving, and hopefully something special do actually come out. But I'm so glad that you are enjoying the alliance with Daniel, and hopefully that they get a little bit closer to the impalas. It's not always an easy catch when it comes to lion and impala. Oh yes, Jagbani, definitely. I believe we've been very, very fortunate to have those beautiful moments melting the heart. And I think the combination of Leander and myself have been quite successful and lucky. So I still hope and believe that we're going to keep going forward and excelling on that. Crossing fingers that one of the special moments comes through again. Still no sign of them, but also expected. You will notice they will also try to cool down as well. But while we are still on the search, I would like to send you to the highlights of this morning with Queen and the Cubs. Yeah, you'll see they're so curious. Are we gonna climb a tree? I love trekking cheetahs. Cats are one of my favorites to actually track, especially with cheetahs, because they'll often walk on the road. Oh, look at the young ones. They are so curious. Everything foreign to them, they just want to investigate and just see what that actually is. And how beautiful was that? Heart melting. Where you look at those little cubs trying to get on trees, being that super active. That is the moment that we look for, and we're hoping to recreate one of them this afternoon. Might not potentially be with Queen, but maybe we might come across Atile, we might come across the elephant, the lions. That's the beautiful part, is that nothing is guaranteed, and by that it makes it such special moments, because you just don't know what you're going to find around the corner. Still no tracks of them coming out on the site.
Okay, welcome back. We are still sitting here with our Black Dam Pride Lions, and how many did we count here? 13, hey? Yes. Okay, cool. I think that's all the same ones from this morning. And yeah, I mean, their heads are mostly up, all looking around, and
some ellies.
Yeah, it sounds like some elephants, I agree. Maybe that's what got their attention. I wonder what would they do if they saw an elephant? What would happen if an elephant came running through to this situation now?
They will definitely run away.
Why?
Because they are no match for an elephant.
Okay.
Yes.
Incredibly powerful.
Okay, and Alka's got a rebuttal question here. Yes. So the lions might run away.
Yes.
The lions might get up and run away, but what happens when you run into an elephant?
There's two ways to approach an elephant. Then one, if you bump into one, you stand your ground and watch how the elephant reflects to you, or how it gives the message to you. But the best way to approach an elephant is to approach it while it's alone. So we usually track only bulls, not in head, because it's dangerous to trail ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, so to approach it, if you bump into an elephant, you stand your ground, you retreat slowly, watching where you will be stepping.
Okay.
That's the safest way to go out of that situation.
Nice.
Yes.
So we just saw this lioness get up and move behind the car and go and sit over behind us in the shade. Do you think these other lions are going to follow her?
The chances of them following her are very low.
Okay.
Yeah, because they are relaxed and they are in group, so it's nice to be with one another, so the chances of them going there.
So why do you think she got up and walked there?
For me, I'm thinking because there were some elephant breaking some trees, so it's for watch out. Because even you can tell how she's sitting, she's facing that way. So definitely she's watching out for the rest of the pride. So she's going to alert them what's coming from that side.
Get closer to the danger, yeah, and see exactly what's coming.
Yes.
Could be an unsuspecting buffalo.
Yes.
Okay, here's a good question for us. Jilly Bee's just asked, out of the 5 senses, what do you think the most important is? Sense of smell? Ozzy, what about you?
Hearing.
Hearing, okay, 2 opinions, I like that. Tell us why.
Because sometimes when they rest, they are going to lie with one ear down to the ground to detect vibration if you are coming from far, and they can even choose not to do anything because they can differentiate from a person steps or animal steps, because they can tell this thing is walking with 2 steps or 4 steps, so they will react differently. So hearing for me is good because she can lie flat and still hear you coming without using her.
Okay, good argument, good argument. Calvin, tell us why smell better? More important rather, sorry.
Sometimes they tend to roll themselves on maybe rhino dung or buffalo dung, so that when they smell, when they hunt, they're gonna smell like antelope. So for them, smelling is very important.
Okay. So what else is important in smell? The sense of wind, or the direction of the wind, right?
Yeah, that's why they always go downwind. Where if the wind is blowing this way, they're gonna go different because they don't want to be detected.
Okay, so Ozzy, I don't know if you've predicted this correctly or not, but it looks like they are all getting up and following right towards where that lioness was, right behind our vehicle.
And I'm thinking I'm having an idea why they are moving that side.
Mate, that's what we hear. We want to hear the idea. Tell us what's going on.
They are moving that side because now I'm hearing zebras calling that side. So these lions here at Sanrem, they specialize on zebras and giraffes. So this side I'm hearing zebras, so they might be wanting to add them this afternoon because now they're starting to move this way and they are going to go that side because they were this side from the pen. They come from this side. If you can look, all of them, they are getting up. They are heading that direction, so they might be heading to those zebras.
Okay,
so
I'm gonna
if we are lucky,
turn and watch them go.
Okay, yes. Yes.
I mean, that's optimistic, but they are basically what you're telling us is they're hunting, right?
Yes.
And they've just got up and walked straight into the wind. You were talking about how important their senses of hearing and sense of smell is.
Yes.
Sean, you got it? Okay, Ozzy, I love that.
Yes.
Just do like, okay, they're now doing what I said they weren't going to do, but they're on the mission.
Yes. All of them, they're moving this way.
The males are going to follow closely, hey? Jeez.
The males tend to walk behind all of them.
The lighting is just so beautiful, hey?
Yes.
Oh, they're all walking in front of us here. Jeez, what a scene at sunset.
No sign of Pasanwari.
No sign of Pasanwari. Where do you think he could be?
Because this one, I don't know, because this one, the thing is the same train with him. This one.
Gillian is just saying that you guys are incredibly dedicated, and I'm assuming she's trying to tell you that you're really good at your job, and if she wasn't, I'm going to tell you. Yeah, okay, so now the exciting part comes. Now, let's try and get our prediction games on again. This Pride Alliance have all got up,
yes,
and they've all moved in one direction. What do you think's going to happen next? Let's start with you, Ozzy.
So, I think they might be on a mission. Today we might expect a kill, because there are some zebras that side, and impalas, and a big pride like this, impala is nothing, so they will go for a big mama like zebras, giraffes, as I've said. With this one, they specialize on giraffes.
Okay.
So they might be heading this way for a hunt or something like that.
Cool. Calvin?
No, I'll see that because they heard some zebra calling this side, so they go the same direction where the zebras were calling.
So you're saying they're hungry even after eating that giraffe?
They're not hungry. It's a big pride, so like there's a many mouths to feed, so they're trying to like.
So they don't even have to be hungry, they just have to be opportunistic, and this might present a good opportunity, and so they're going on the hunt, eh?
Yeah.
Cool, let's follow them. And while we do that, let's send you over somewhere else and see if we can catch up here. Hey everyone, and just a little update. Sorry, it was a little bit distracted there with that leopard sighting. Because it was so busy, we had to give some other vehicles a turn. We might just try there a little bit later. But wow, here's some zebra and impala. It's all happening here. But yeah, things got a bit crazy trying to get into that tight bush. But this is a nice scene with a dazzle of zebra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them.
Lots of oxpeckers. Not sure if you can pick up. I thought I heard a baboon alarming behind us. But not sure if you can pick up that wind. But these animals seem very relaxed. So yeah, we were hoping to maybe go and have another look at Rhulani when when everyone has a turn. But we were also debating whether that leopard that we briefly saw this morning was perhaps Kachava. So we also went back and checked that area. We sort of got a few options this afternoon, which is fantastic. But just enjoying the zebra, the impala. Yeah, it's very relaxed. Many Imara, Sandy. I like that. Look how many oxpeckers are on that zebra's rump. One, two, three, four, five, six. I think I can count about 8, 9 oxpeckers on that animal. Pretty crazy. Look at that scratch or that scar on its right butt. Maybe that was a close encounter once upon a time. But yeah, these oxpeckers are having a proper jungle gym. Oh, then the zebra actually notices us. It's the first time sort of acknowledged our presence, so they seem pretty calm, pretty chilled. Giving us the back end. And in the background is the waterhole, which we were going to go and check out. Maybe Kachava headed in that direction when we came across this herd. Jeepers, that really is a lot of oxpeckers. These little young bachelor herd of impala that are also pretty relaxed. Tracy, yeah, I think that would be quite a big meal for a leopard. I've never seen them, or maybe that it's happened in the past, maybe a foal, but I think a fully grown zebra would be one bridge too far. But
Hi, I'm Amy Krantz, Wild Earth presenter and private guide. I'd love for you to join me on safari. There it is! What I bring to a safari is a genuine love and care for people. To be able to create a memorable, special experience brings me so much joy. That's what takes a normal safari and makes it extraordinary. We are following the story of 32 rhinos that are making their way to their new home at Mabula Private Game Reserve.
The Explorer Chat is a magnificent way to make new friends who share your interest in nature. As an explorer, you'll also get your very own dashboard and personalized profile, plus the ability to save and share your favorite wildlife incidents with our brand new Safari Screenshots feature. Share sightings, swap stories, and experience nature together with people who feel the same pull to the wild as you do. Wild Earth Explorers, wilder together. We know that adverts pay our bills, but you don't necessarily like them. So, this is a fantastic way to stop being interrupted. Sign up today and you'll get instant access to wildlife. 24/7, ad-free, live and on demand. No pesky commercials, no rude interruptions, just wild Africa exactly as it unfolds. Wild Earth Explorers, wilder together.
Very interesting to actually look at here. You will notice, to us this is just a bark and a trees with some claw marks on it, but to the lions it's actually a notice board. This year to them they will be able to actually tell who was here, when, and to sometimes how long was that person actually here. You will notice lions will often do this behavior, and sometimes it looks like they're actually sharpening their claws, but it also helps in terms of exercising their muscles as well. And just between the toes they have these glands that actually leave a chemical scent to actually be able to tell that they were here. But look at how tall I am, and look at that, the last claw is actually here. That shows how big these guys actually go. And not only the males will actually do it, the females can do it as well, and this tree will be used generations to generations of different lions actually scratching. If you actually go up, you are able to see that the tree grew up with some claw marks going up, and that shows that the next generation of lion came here. So as the tree goes, the other ones will actually come down here as well. So yes, we did not find the lions, but they always going to actually leave sign and scents behind. Hi Lindy, unfortunately no, they do climb trees, but not as cheetahs and as leopards would actually do. Unfortunately they're a little bit too big for them to be having comfort on top of the trees, so they would prefer more on the ground rather than on the tree. But an amazing thing about all of this that is actually happening is that the tree is not actually affected, because even though the scratches are deeper, they do not actually go deeper to a point they get to the cambium layer. But as we continue our search, I'm going to send you back to Ian with some zebras.
Seppo, I'm sure you'll come right there finding those lines. We just spent a bit more time here with these zebra and these impala and all these oxpeckers. It's quite interesting. They're sort of congregating on the same two zebra. There was one zebra that kind of bucked. It had a few birds on his back. Her back, his back, I'm not sure, and it bucked and sort of chased them off, and then they went and sat on these two suspects here. But they're just hanging all over that one in the front there. Really cool scene. Light shining nicely onto the side there. These young rams, these impala rams, they sort of every now and again they get like quite skittish and they dart off. I'm not sure if that's got something to do with the wind. That one seems to be carrying all the oxpeckers. They're slowly moving down. Maybe they'll go and drink in front of Chitwa, the waterhole. bats, kits. Yeah, we haven't seen too many, but I did hear them called in on the radio today, so they are around. And there are certain areas where you do see quite a lot of them. So sometimes got to just work a bit harder. But I have heard that certain, giraffe are endangered, and they sort of slipped under the radar. People don't quite realize the status of them. I know I was just up in Nairobi, and the Rothschild giraffe is a species that is getting a lot of habitat loss, and there are some measures to protect them. But I think the population is fairly stable for the southern giraffe here in Greater Kruger area and the game parks in the southern Africa. But I think, like everything, they all need to be protected and monitored and keep the habitat for them. But yeah, these zebras nice and tight, this group. Black and white stripes all bunched together. Lots of swishing of the tails. See that one there on the right? That one doesn't really like the oxpeckers on its back too much. There you see it chases it off there again. With its tail and its mouth, those are the two weapons of choice. Another one sits on it. Let's see how long that one stays on. Yeah, it's semi-tolerated. This one's a more relaxed zebra. Got an interesting marking there under that group of red-billed oxpeckers. Legend, the impala will alarm, the zebra will alarm, and an alarm is, I guess, how they communicate with each other. Birds, even these oxpeckers, they will get spooked and alarm, and the animals will be alert. So pretty much everything that gets preyed upon, from the birds to the antelope, are all dialed into this hidden language. I was going on about it the other day. The language, the chap in America's called it the language of the birds, John Young. They're all kind of dialed into it, and so the birds, the impala, the zebra, they all kind of speak danger, the language of danger. But what's been interesting is, even when these impala, you see how alert they are, they put their head up. Every now and again they were a little bit skittish and they'd like dart off. They've settled down now, but that didn't really affect the zebra too much. But when you hear a group of impala alarming, you will know about it, and the zebra will be alert, and everyone will be on high alert. Just moving in front of us a little bit. Just watching this. There's a zebra in front, which it's sort of leading the group away. Now the rest look like they might follow. But that one on the front sort of stopped on the road and looked fairly alert, and then carried on moving forward. But as these zebras start moving out of the shot, let's go and check in on the lions at Sandringham.
Okay, welcome back to Sandringham here, and we're still on the mission here with the Black Dam Pride. And they, for the most part, have sat right in the road. We've actually held back a little bit. There were some zebras that were alarm calling. We've just held back and given a bit of space. It does look like they might get up and move again, in which case that'll give us an opportunity to move. Yeah, I mean, we've also been joined by one of our Sandringham vehicles here. I think today is the official opening of the lodge, which is super exciting. Not only is it World Ranger Day, but it's Sabi Sabi Sandringham opening today. And I think officially the first guests arrive tomorrow. And the guests that are on this back of the vehicle are being treated to the best of the best in a safari experience, and that can be you too. You can come and join us here at this brand new lodge in this area that you must know quite well by now. You know a lot of the lions, some of the members of the certain individual elephants and herds of buffalo that make this place so special. Just imagine sitting in the back of the row there. Couldn't be that much closer to these lions. And we are actually in the middle of a hunt as well, which is super exciting. We chatted a lot about like the lodge itself being so comfortable and so beautiful. But this is one of the beautiful things, is actually being out in the bush. Elka, when hunting, does the pride follow a specific lioness? I'm going to quickly direct this question to who is our microphone. Ozzy's got it. Ozzy, the question was, when does this pride follow a particular lioness when they are hunting?
Definitely yes, but that's not the case. But most of the prides, the other members follow the most experienced females. They're the ones who are going to lead the hunt.
So it's not just one, it might be a few different ones?
Yes, few different individuals.
Okay, interesting. And how many of the dominant females have you seen in this pride, like taking control?
I can say 4 or 5 on this one. This particular prize that we're having here, I can say it's 4.
And I mean, in this type of situation, one of the dominant ones might be a little bit further away and the other one can't see, but they rely on teamwork to hunt, right? So how do they communicate with one another about the hunt? It looks like there might be a few of the younger ones laying back here. Yes. Maybe some of the more experienced lionesses, the older ones that we are talking about, are laying somewhere in the grass, kind of setting up an ambush or a hunt. How do they communicate to one another about what's going to happen next?
So according to my understanding, animals, they have their own communication. So definitely the other ones are going to know now it's time to hunt. So, but for me, it's the big ladies who control the hunt.
Yeah, and they communicate.
So the other ones, they know now it's time to hunt.
Okay, yes. Very interesting. I mean, there's a whole lot of instinct as well, right? We were talking about tracking earlier.
Yes.
Like being able to understand what the lions or what the animal is going to do next is part of your instinct.
Yes.
And yeah, I think they use a lot of instinct when hunting and communicating with one another, and just knowing where to be at the right time, and you trusting that your other teammate is in the right place too.
Yeah, boy.
I mean, it's a pretty windy afternoon as well. You guys were talking about the best senses being hearing and sense of smell. What would a windy day like to do today affect? Sorry, Kelly's asking, we'll answer that question now. Kelly's asking, is there an anti-poaching unit at Sandringham? Have you guys had much interactions with an anti-poaching unit?
No.
I also haven't seen any, but I'm sure there is, hey? Those boundary fences, I see tracks on them. I'm sure the anti-poachings are driving them every day, and they will definitely be around.
Yes.
Now I'm trying to think. Where was I asking? What was I saying?
This was about wind.
Oh yes, you guys were saying your best senses out here are hearing and smell. You guys both different. How would the wind affect your sense of hearing and your sense of smell today? Would it be an advantage for the lions?
Sometimes like they
yeah, so sometimes, sorry, I'm just going to pass the microphone, there we go.
There was DJ that we were following a pride.
Yeah.
And we found the track of a male which was following the pride. So simply because there was a wind, that male lost, because the wind was blowing towards him. So yes. He took the wrong path because he was tracking them was following them within the sense. So like he went all the way around to catch up with them because the wind was not in his favor.
Okay.
So sometimes they use the smelling so that they can detect the other members of the pride.
Okay. And when they are hunting?
Yeah, when they're hunting, they will go. They will face or downwind where the animal cannot detect their smell.
Okay, so the sense of smell needs to be kind of like thought about from the prey and the predator, and the direction needs to be thought of all the time. Okay.
Since like they prefer on the element of surprise.
Okay.
So sense of smell is
cool. And Ozzy, what about the sense of hearing? Does the wind impact your sense of hearing at all?
Yes, for us humans it does, but for animals I'm not quite sure. But there's one thing that I know, but I'm going to go out from your question because from what I noticed about elephants, when elephants they charge or come towards you, if they close the ears, that's a dead end because they don't want to detect any sound while they are coming to you because much focus to you. So it means wind can disturb or affect any hearing. So for these animals, I can say because their ears are not same as ours, so they are kind of having fear inside of their ears. So that fear, it works to protect the wind from blowing inside. So their fear or ears doesn't work same as ours. So it kind of not that much disturbing to them.
Cool. Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you for that. Okay. Well, we're going to stick around and see if they don't get up and move around. And while we do that, let's head over to Ian, who seems like he's approaching Chitwa Dam. Well, we're slowly making our way down to the waterhole and came across this rather interesting tree in a dead leadwood. Well, not so much the tree, but the plant, the leopard orchid, and it's in full bloom at the moment, which I find quite interesting. It's sort of late winter where they start to bloom. It's an epiphyte, and sort of been brushing up on what little I know about leopard orchids, and they're not a parasite, but they basically grow on another tree, and you can see that whole root system. They trap nutrients and water from the air, and wow, this is a real successful one. You can see it's got its own soil hanging up there. Quite impressive little specimen. Like looking at the leaves and beautiful yellow color. But yeah, that's probably the biggest one I've seen.
Go your Tanya tree.
So Tanya, they kind of, the way I understand it, they catch their own, falling leaves and debris that fall into the nest. Normally it starts maybe in a tree that was alive. That's what I thought or understood it. But this one is in a dead tree, so I don't know where it's getting the leaves and nutrients from. Maybe it started when this tree was still alive. I'm not sure, but the way I understood it is that leaves and things fall into that tangle or into branches. It starts in little crevices and nooks on the host tree, and then takes it from there as they break down, as they decompose, and starts its soil there. But this one's definitely got soil underneath there, so it's been going for quite some time.
Oh, I'd love to see that, a leopard orchid. Imagine having a leopard orchid, leopard tortoise, anything leopard in one frame. I think that would be a nice challenge one day. And we have just been driving, trying to get to what we hear, or what we've had, and now here we are, was a hippo that was taken down a few days ago. And we're just like, whoa, we didn't know, but now it makes so much sense. This is a female right here. You can see it's a lioness. I'm not so sure who this is at the moment. But we have one of the T-boys. He's sleeping very far away from us. He's in some grass. He's very full. And now it makes sense why some of the boys don't want to go back to the Bilashaka area. They have food here. And I've been wondering, you guys have left the other females, our marsh girls, to try hunt on their own, which they can. Don't worry, they can. But no wonder you guys have been enjoying such a big feast like this. Look at that. She's going in. She's really enjoying it. Hey, good looking. She's really enjoying even the bones. Maybe this hippo doesn't seem to have been like a full grown. We've seen much bigger hippos. So I like to think it was a bit of a medium-sized hippo. But look at that, still eating. There we go. Hello, good looking. Trying to see if we're able to hear some of the crunching of the bones. But funny enough, I've not seen really hyenas around this area, but we do have all those birds. Look at all our scavengers. So it is actually quite amazing to see, and fantastic, of course, seeing our lioness feeding. I'm just curious about like how it all happened, because you can see the carcass by the look of it. This is not fresh. It wasn't like right now. This has been a few, maybe a day and a half. And also by the look of all our scavengers, they definitely knew that we're gonna come back here and wait. We have some marabou stalks who I haven't seen in quite a long time. I've been talking about them as an example of why they poop on their legs. That's why they have white legs. And it's all due to them cooling off and having a cooling mechanism for their legs. But look at that frame, guys. Look at all our vultures. So many different types of vultures. White back, pearl, hooded. Amazing. Sandra, that's a good one. Let me see. Her ears do look like one is a bit lower than the other. It's a pretty good observation. Even when I talk to other guides around here, I don't know why a lot of the females, their names just keep on slipping, not being really kept, or they are kept by people just really confuse them. It's not like the big boys, of course, with their manes and all their scars. The females, it is quite tough sometimes because you have to look at them a bit longer and harder than the males. Like for example, Moja is one of the easiest. You just need to look for a lion who's missing a bit of his tail. And you're like, Moja. Zuri, come on. You know what I'm going to say? Amazing mane. One of the most good looking lions I've ever seen. But with the females, it gets tougher. Of course, there's earless. And then there's one who's like with a bit of short tail, who I'm now calling Shorty. I like that name because she has short legs also. But with the females, sometimes you see them with no scars. You have to look at their coat, their age. It goes a bit farther than just looking at them. There's something more to it. But this whole area, I think majority of the boys have been staying here because I can see right now, not in our sight of view for the camera, but around what I can see is there are different males all scattered around. They're all very flat chapatis, so we need to see who they are, if they're able to kind of come out a little bit to an accessible area. Wow. Oh, poor hippo. And today we're looking at hippos enjoying the very much sticky poop bath. But right now, it's just an eaten hippo. But it is nice at least to see a little bit of lions doing some eating. But I do feel for our marsh gulls. Oh, they've been sitting in the sun, waiting for a good opportunity. But yeah, at least guys, we got to see something. Hello. And the nice sun coming in. So the boys, from what I'm looking at, they do seem quite full. Don't worry, we'll try to get a good look at them later. But I just like seeing how she's so busy. Connor, thank you for your question. It does really depend on a lot of different factors. How old is our hippo? Is it a male or female? Males tend to boast much bigger tusks, their canines, and also their size is a bit bigger. So if you're looking at a male, and then also location, is it next to a body of water or was it out in the open? So by the look of this hippo, it doesn't seem to be a full grown, even looking at the size of the ribs, how easy it is for her just to go in, but also just the size, because they usually do start from the stomach area, rip it open, and you'll see most of the time the carcass looking like it's upside down. Thank you, James. So you can see the hippo is not really a big hippo. I've seen much bigger ones, maybe even twice the size of this. So that's one. Two, how many were males also included in the hunt? So if you're talking about male lions, maybe even 2-3 male lions, that would be a lot of work. Even the females, maybe 4 of them, 5. A hippo is no easy feat also. You can get very injured if you're not well experienced, let's say. But yeah, the hippo doesn't smell too old also. So I wonder if it's from last night. If it was, they ate it really fast, and also it does make sense because of the size. I'm assuming it not being a full grown. Nah, because yeah, I'm looking at how the meat looks. And also where we are, I can't really smell much. You can smell, of course, a carcass smell, but it's not the really rotting one that has been here for like 3 days. Oh, look at her face. My goodness. Oh, look at her biting it. A bit of blood on her whiskers and nose. And it looks like our Topi boys are notorious for taking down hippos. We can even show you guys a highlight, even instead of me explaining it to you, how the Topi boys took down a hippo. So lion versus hippo in this highlight.
A big bull hippopotamus and one of the Topi boys. Not sure he can manage him alone, but the other cousin we saw before is right behind. This is 3 meters away. There we go. This is quite epic, and what looks like a joke, it has happened. And now we got 4 of the Toby boys joining on the dining table, and just see the understanding and the respect they have for each other. They're growling like, we brought it down, why you coming so late? It was a job, it was an effort. They're like, guys, let's sit down together and let's have a meal.
See, that's no easy job. She is definitely around here. Lions these days, I think they have tunnels in this area. They just like, go down. How amazing is that, seeing the lions jumping on the hippos and what it actually takes to take down a really big animal like a hippo. Very dangerous. They're also very fast. For me, I think of them like a bullet. They can just really run fast, even though they have really tiny legs. And also, I just want to show you our jackal. I love jackals so much. Oh, look at that cutie pie. I haven't seen a jackal in such a long time. I got excited there. I thought it was just vultures and or marabou stalks, but Big James showed us a good surprise. It's a jackal. Oh my. This is lovely. All our scavengers all in one area. We just need some hyenas, and I think we'll call it a good scavenger party. Let's go look at a live hippo instead of a dead one and see how our live hippo is enjoying life.
Yeah, welcome to the Chitwa water course. We finally made it down here and we've really been enjoying the views. There's so much going on, but in the background is the Chitwa Lodge. I can hear a hippo. We've got this dead leadwood tree with all the buffalo weavers' nests. There was a fish eagle there, but it's taken off. But there's lots of birds around here. And before found a massive crocodile as well. That's quite far off, but it's in frame there on that island. It almost looks like one of those big crocs in the Mara River. It sounds like pretty epic sighting happening there right now. I can't tell if I'm seeing two crocodiles. I can definitely see one. I'm not sure if there's a second one behind it to the left, or a rock, but there's also a water thickney. There was Egyptian goose there, blacksmith lapwing, and a common sandpiper that's also moved away. But quite a lot happening here. You can hear the Egyptian goose and the buffalo weavers. I think the hippo, definitely some hippo over to the right, but looks like they've got out of the wind.
We are here just outside of Nelspruit today to follow the first steps to rewilding 2 orphan cheetah.
We know that adverts pay our bills, but you don't necessarily like them. So, this is a fantastic way to stop being interrupted. Sign up today and you'll get instant access to wildlife. 24/7, ad-free, live and on demand. No pesky commercials, no rude interruptions, just wild Africa exactly as it unfolds. Wild Earth Explorers, wilder together.
Nice if that croc, we had a croc impala encounter. And while we watch those impala, let's go and check out a old clip of information about Chitwa Dam, this very dam that we're sitting at, and go and check it out.
Chitwa Dam is the biggest dam in the northern Sabi Sands, formed by a dam across the Lioness River. This massive body of water is home to huge pods of hippo. Their territorial disputes and their playful antics. It is home to an array of gorgeous bird species: kingfishers, eagles, geese, jacanas, and many others. It is also a refuge for creatures seeking relief from the heat or to quench their thirst. In the driest of seasons, Chitwa can be the last water for miles around. Chitwa's most famous characters, Gustav and Vladimir, can often be found lurking on the island, one of which is definitely a lady crocodile. Sometimes they show just how fast and terrifying their kind can be.
Now the impala might make a run for it. Oh, it's going to be in trouble now. Oh, this is unbelievable stuff. Here comes a hippo in too. Go, impala. There's a hippo coming in. I can't believe what we're seeing here. This is what we'd normally see in East Africa. It's all over. Hippo leaping at the crocodile now. Everything's gone underwater.
They have bred successfully a few times, although their nesting site remains a secret. Behind the dam wall, water trickles into a gorgeous glade, overhung with verdant branches, the perfect place for a leopard to rest in the heat. The dam has seen a few peculiarities, but all well-intentioned. Chitwa is a haven, not only for thirsty wildlife, but also for wild earth guides. If it is a tough day in the bush, with very little on the go, we can always rely on Chitwa for beauty and an interesting creature.
This is slice of paradise. I love Chitwa, and I'm not trying to advertise it in any way, shape, or form here. I just think it is really a stunning property. I'll just give you one more view of the body going right over to the east, and you can see how far back the dam extends. I've had some of my most incredible sightings here.
Oh, that was such a beautiful highlight. And I've always, like with my days of watching Wild Earth, I've always been a favorite of Chitwa Dam. Haven't been there yet. It's one of the goals for me to actually visit there. Oh, look at that, tiny young one. We were actually talking about the conflict that has been solved between crocodiles and hippos a long time ago. They've learned to actually live with a mutual respect. And the dam will never disappoint. And a long dry day where you are looking for things, and it's the guys, we tend to actually drive to the dams quite a lot because there's always going to be life there. My best sighting at a dam actually happened at Ginu Dam, where the wild dogs actually chased the kudu, and the kudu used the dam and ran into the dam. The dogs didn't go directly inside the dam. They just moved around and waited for it up until it tries to actually escape out of the dam. So you do get quite a lot of activities happening here. But also, with them living... Oh, look at that. I sometimes feel like they just go underwater and tell dirty jokes and come and laugh on top. Oh, look at that tiny young one. Hello. And also, I was once lucky at Ngulubi Dam just to see we have one massive crocodile there that was trying to actually move a little bit closer Oh, Stephanie, hippos are cute, 100%. Look at that. I do agree with you on that one. Quite unique. Not something that looks quite similar to most of the animals, and that's what just makes them beautiful. I've once seen a crocodile coming a little bit closer, because a fully adult one, a crocodile will not try to actually get, because the adults will definitely charge the crocodile. And I've once seen a crocodile moving a little bit closer to a mother and a calf, and the mother was not happy about that, because sizes like the one that we are actually looking at, the crocodile might actually be tempted to do that, but it will definitely end in crocodile tears. But while we are still enjoying our hippos on a beautiful dam here, I'm going to send you back to Daniel with some lions.
Okay, welcome back everybody, and we have kind of done a big loop around, and these lions are still on the move. This is the very last one at the back, one of the males. Maybe there's one more laying in the grass, I'm not 100% sure, but keeping up with the rest of the pride. The rest of the pride seems to be quite a distance away already, but yeah, I mean, it's been a pretty crazy afternoon with them, and to have our two guests with us kind of contributing and experiencing this. And what do you guys think your first experience is like being a guest is? I mean, if you have a look quickly where Sean is, look at these guests. This is what you guys have been up to this afternoon. In an amazing lion sighting, and without you guys we wouldn't have been able to see these lions at all. So how would you say your first experience was on the back of the Wild Earth vehicle?
I'll be extremely happy.
Okay, good.
And just to find myself in there as a guest.
And if you were a guest right now, what would you want to do on your game drive now? You've had an amazing sighting with lions. What would be the next thing to do?
I don't think I would want to go back to the camp. Okay. As a guest, I'll remain here, see how they will interact, how they will be able to in the night, because now it's like it's going to the sunset.
Yeah.
Just to see how they act during the night.
Okay.
When it's dark.
What about a drink stop, guys?
Yeah, even a drink stop.
Watch the sun go down, celebrate the track and find and the sighting.
Yeah, that will also be an awesome.
Ozzy, what about you? Think you can do a drink stop?
Yes.
I think we drove past the Marula section just behind here. That would work perfectly, don't you think?
Yeah, it's good. And only just wait for having ourselves a beautiful sunset.
Yeah.
On our drink stop.
That's it. That's the idea.
Yeah.
No, these trackers are amazing, and with that, I mean, their job is like an incredibly important part of this industry, and how we do it and how we orchestrate it and get these animals to be comfortable and to be relaxed. And you guys are the future of this industry. I was saying to Ino earlier, it's like without you guys there really isn't much of a safari industry. You guys have built it, and you guys are the next generation who are going to continue that good work. So it's been a lovely afternoon, and if it were me, now we'll go and set up a lovely drink stop for the guests and get a nice cold beverage.
Yeah.
Okay guys, well, I think let's try and do a little bit of a loop around here and try and see if we can catch up with Ian, who's also on the move. We might go and see if we can find a good spot to watch the sun go down, and maybe one more story from you guys when we're there. Yes. Right. Well, we're back and we're on the move. We left the beautiful Chitwood Dam and just come to this open area. I'm just looking at some waterbuck over here, which is quite interesting. This nice open section they're laying down. They've got the silhouette, lovely light. And they probably hang around that waterhole that we just left. But no, they've been grazing. They're doing a bit of
cud chewing, relaxing in this open area. Two big boys, nice big horns. And this is a pretty peaceful scene. You can see the evening light showing on them. Nice old ruler trees, even a termite mound in the background. And just to the left, Paul, there's some guinea fowl. There we go, guinea fowl coming into the frame. They've also got their heads down, doing a bit of foraging. We're not too far from that area where we had that brief glimpse of a leopard this morning. So we're just sort of hanging around here, hoping to hear an alarm call or something. Yeah, Kenny, I agree with you. Nice and peaceful. I'm hoping it's going to be broken though with a impala alarm call or some form of alarm call. Maybe the appearance of that beautiful leopard. Wow, we just got a glimpse of her, but she looked like beautiful. I think it could be Kachava, not sure. But so far it's very peaceful. A glossy starling hopping around as well, just to join the show. But yeah, not much bothering these waterbuck at the moment. Maybe a fly around the ear. Yeah, I said, yeah, I think certainly with, you know, the big antelope around the smaller predators, absolutely, they've really just got to watch out for lions. And I think these two, they're in a very open area, so right now I'm pretty sure they'll spot anything that comes their way. Well, it's not too far from where we picked up lion tracks this morning, but that looked like the lion walked through the area in the middle of the night last night, or sometime last night, and so yeah, they look calm, relaxed. I mean, imagine if you were an antelope out here. I think your stress levels would be quite through the roof if you didn't know how to manage them. You know, you think of these poor impala, they're getting attacked from cheetah and wild dogs and leopard and maybe a lion. Can you imagine living like that? So they don't really show that demeanor, and they obviously manage it way better than possibly we handle stress. But I'm enjoying the pose of these two. They're fairly regal and know that this is their place right now. Not too much of a care. One's giving us a look. There you can see that rather cool looking chew that it has. It looks like it's chewing gum. And the guinea's not bothered by him. He's not bothered by the guinea. While we patiently wait for an alarm call to our right, where that leopard was. Well, we hope that's where she spent the day. Such a shaggy coat as well. I wonder where the female waterbuck are, but it's just these two, and they seem to have things under control. Alright, speaking of water, let's go and check in with Sepo, who's close to it.
Oh, I have now brought you to one of my favorite dams, called Main Dam, and we have some kingfishers as well. The reason why this is one of my favorite dams is just simply because of the background mountains, and the mountains are behind the dam just at the western side, so the reflection just goes just on the dam. But we have a pied kingfisher that is sitting very still, perching on the tree there and waiting for any opportunity. You will notice these guys here requires a little bit of patience as well, especially when they have logs like that are directly in water, because it assists or helps them. They don't have to actually hover around up, because it takes a little bit of strength to do those dive in, especially after that you get a little bit wet and you have to go and pedge a little bit and try to get your wings dried a little bit. There we go, just as I was saying. Did you manage to actually get something there? Or you're gonna try to go a little bit up? So when they actually go up like that, it helps in terms of them seeing the movement of anything that actually moves without actually being noticed. They'll notice will move, so the jump seemed that it was not successful. And there you go. Let's see if that was actually successful. Not yet. Still have some strength to go. And hovering up like that after diving helps. Oh, yes, Lisa. Luyanda is just magical in terms of the movement there. I've been telling him he's a pro, legend. So you will notice it helps in terms of hovering up like that, especially after a dive, because she manages to remove or dry the wings a little bit quicker, and the body as well. Oh, look at the background. While we are here enjoying the sounds of hardiders, looking at the sun reflecting in water, I'm going to send you back to Dan with some trekkers that had found a perfect drinking spot.
Okay, welcome back from one lovely spot to the next, many miles away. Awesome, actually. So we've just left the lions. They've headed off in that direction. We can actually hear a lot of impalas alarm calling, which I think it means that they've kind of seen the lions, right? A little bit of advice from me, like, take moments to think about what's happened and appreciate like the past, and what better time to do it than at sunset. To me personally, it's my favorite time of the day, and it's such an important part of any safari, and you guys are going to be giving many safaris in the future, is take the time to think about and appreciate what's just happened. So the lion sighting, think about the memories, and yes, a lot of this industry is about like the animals that you see and you track and you find for the guests, but the guests, it's about the people and the experiences that they have and the memories that they have to share. So I've got a question for both of you, and it doesn't have to be about today's drive. It's going to be about your training process. What do you think your favorite memory would have been over the past few months?
My favorite part will be that one of when we were trailing these lions. So the lions were lying flat on the grass, tall grass. No one ever noticed that one. So by the time we were close to them, one of them, actually all of them, they stood up and ran. Then only 2 females stood up, faced us and started to growl. That was my best experience because I was never ever been close to animals on foot. So that's my best experience. Learn a lot of things on that time.
And who do you think your closest friend in the Tracker Academy is? Who do you think you've become like the closest friend, the people connection that you've made?
I would say it's Sean.
Okay.
Yes, Sean is a good friend. Can talk everything to him. Share everything is good.
Like that, Ozzy. Good answer. Okay, Calvin, you up. Tell us a bit about your memories and some of the best ones that you've had in the past few months.
My best memory is when I was trailing a rhino on my final assessment. Like it was the weather was not in my favor. It was like
was it a rhino here at Sandringham?
Nah, in Lodology.
Oh, okay.
My last assessment from the last semester.
Mm-hmm.
So like there was a fog. You cannot see really far from where you cannot really see far as you're going. So like I was trailing them, and they were working in the thickest feeding, and I managed to find them like within like just 1 hour and 30 minutes, and then I found them, located them. I managed to detect the speakers calling. So that is where like I was extremely happy, train and find safely.
Super rewarding, hey?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like all the hours put in the classroom and in the field, and it's always rewarding to pay off like that. Okay,
yes,
your turn. Who's your best friend in camp?
My best friend is Unkabeti from Botswana.
Yeah, he was with us this morning. We got to know him really well. He's a nice guy.
Those are best friends. So I learned that from him, religion, cultural. So like
amazing. People from all different walks of life, hey? It's an amazing opportunity to connect with people from Botswana and different parts of South Africa.
Yes, yes.
Casey, I'm glad you've enjoyed meeting everyone as well. It's been a true privilege, and thank you for joining on Game Drive. Quick last question. If this were a proper drink stop and we were celebrating like we should be, and I've hacked a cooler box full of drinks, any drink, what would you get?
Appetizer.
An appetizer?
Yes.
Ozzy?
For me, I would say it's a ginger ale.
Ginger ale?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys being polite for the camera, I like that, guys.
Yes.
Okay, guys. Well, it's been a fantastic afternoon, but the game drive is not over. Our drink stop and our little chase on memories here has been great. But now it's time to get back in the vehicle, get the spotlight out, and see if we can't find a leopard. None of us have seen a leopard at Sandringham.
Yes.
Maybe tonight is the day.
Could be our lucky day.
Could be.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
It's cold.
Can you hear that sound? The way it grows, the way it calls you to come alive. Can you feel the rhythm? The way it beats with the land? Do you feel alive again? Or maybe you never left. You don't just visit the wild, you return to it.
Did you hear that? Hi, I'm Cedric Dold, Wild Earth presenter and private guide. I'd love you to join me on safari. I love tracking animals. When you accomplish that moment where you find that animal from scratch, as well as to really showcase these animals to the rest of the world. I believe I'm the best driver. I think so, because I've... Come and share the adventure with me.
Would you like to know what an elephant's favorite food is? You could ask me questions like that in real time. Our safaris are live and interactive from the heart of Africa. Over here. Watch Safari Live and connect with nature. Wild Earth Explorers, wilder together.
Hi there, my name is Kerry Dupree, wildlife presenter and guide. What I love the most about guiding is being able to share my love for wildlife and nature with my guests. Very exciting to find those cheetah boys on a kill. Being passionate about your job makes the world of a difference because your guide definitely sets the tone of every adventure.
It's easy to focus on animals, but the scenes like this just reminds us that landscape is just as part of the wilderness as well. As the sun just sets now, and the water is just reflecting every part of the sky. And that's what I said, every sunset is different. Today you've got clouds that are shaping the colors. Oh, just look at that. If you listen into the background, you're going to pick up quite a lot of sounds that just matches what you are actually watching. We still have our friend kingfisher that is still trying to actually feed. Doesn't want to give up until it actually has something today. Oh, I totally agree with you, Water Lady. This is just gorgeous. It's just beautiful, amazing, and just mesmerizing at the very same time. You'll notice it just... everything just works so well together. Everything is just super perfect. And we have Hadida. Oh, look at that. What is... we have Hadida, African jacana, and the pied kingfisher. Aren't we just blessed? They're putting on a show for us there. Be like, I see you focusing on the sunset. Don't forget us. Oh, look at that. The kingfisher is not giving up. Every opportunity that it gets, it takes that dive into the dam with a hope that it might potentially actually get something. It's just moments like this, everyone, that just melt your heart, and you just look at it and you just take it in, just moment at a time. It's just beautiful. Not quite sure on that one, Llewellyn. I'll have to double check on that. But I've seen them most of the time around watering hole. Oh, we also have a little grip. We had black-headed oriole calling in the background. We had Cape turtle dove as well. It's just super amazing. Fork-tailed drongo is also calling in the background. It's just super amazing. There we go. We are for round 2. Just look at the colors. The golden hour. Magical moment. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the beauty of Mabula Game Reserve. I have seen a little grip teasing crocodiles few times. Ooh, an introduction of some Egyptian geese. Oh, definitely agree with you, Simone. they just super beautiful. It's like you can just say hello cutie and just pick them up, but we're not gonna pick any animal up. We're just going to let them enjoy their own natural habitat without us actually disturbing them. Our job is to just enjoy them, admire them, view them without even moving or changing any of their behavior. Oh, the sounds in the background are just super nice. My beautiful guests, also please do remember that our sunrise starts a half an hour earlier tomorrow at 6 a.m. I will be here with Luyanda and I will be super early and excited to actually start. As the season changes, we are also changing to give you the best views every day. Oh, I can just sit here the whole day. If you just take a moment and just pause and just look and just take a deep breath, everything just it's natural healing. The fresh air, the sounds, it's so calming. It just melts your heart, and there's no other place that you want to find yourself at. This is where peace is. So this shows you that good afternoon, Gavin. Oh yes, most of the animals are going to try to actually seek shelter. Even the hippos are out at that time. They're going to try to actually find a perfect spot, mostly in the thickets. But you do find the nocturnal animals that do actually come at the watering holes as well. So when others do actually go to sleep, the nocturnal ones will actually come out, and now and then they will also come and have a little bit of water. So you do find them, but the ones that are active during the day will often try to get a little bit away from them and just find a little bit of shelter where they are safe for the night. Just look at that lighting. And the Egyptian goose in the frame just makes it so perfect. This is nature's perfect moment, everyone. This is nature showing off its beauty. This is the beauty of Africa. I think my best sunsets are definitely at the dam. I definitely having a sunset at the dam, especially having mountains in the background like that. It's just super fantastic. Because for us the sun will actually set a little bit earlier because we are behind the hills, and those that are on top of the hills or over the other side of the hill here in Mabula will be able to see them. But as Luyanda and I are still soaking in the moment and admiring, I'm going to send you over to a video where you're going to be admiring our anti-poaching unit's work, because today is World Rangers Day.
protect wildlife, some of the most important work starts before the sun rises. While the bush is still asleep, Mabula's anti-poaching unit is preparing for another day on the front line.
So purely 2 field rangers in the bush operating. We'll start with basic training with them. Basic training will be discipline, advanced fitness, first aid, map reading, radio procedures, dangerous game, animal behavior.
So this burn gel is what you use for those serving dishes. It's extremely flammable, so we always keep those things once a year.
We do like this because we avoiding even the small in the bush. Good here. And we close it. Anti-poaching, we are here in the bush. We do movement here, we protect the big five here.
This specific team was deployed to work early morning before game rush to take over from a night shift where they will take control of that area of any movement, gunshot reports, any animals being injured, any vultures flying, any hyenas moving too much or jackal to see if there's any activity of injured animals and human detection, see if there's any signs of humans, any tracks, any odds, maybe cigarette butts laying somewhere, maybe a sweet paper hidden in the bush, any tracks and signs of poachers.
Yeah, now it's time to moving out for patrol. If you are walking in the bush, you're supposed to keep quiet, don't talk too much in the bush. You're supposed to observe every side, you observe to concentrate in the bush.
Every patrol starts with preparation, because in this line of work, every detail matters.
All of rhinos here, they have numbers. If we find the rhino, is the somewhere we posted here, is the Ngorongoro plain. Report in the control room. We find 5 rhinos. The number of rhinos is 20 or 30. Or right side or left side is number 7. The control room is writing down and writing the date. That's why it's simple. Every time if we are going patrol, we do like this.
Their work starts in silence, with routine and discipline. Every piece of gear checked, every role understood, and every movement purposeful.
We use different dogs. We're not just using one breed. We'll use the dogs, pure tracking dogs, DBs, Blood and Doberman Cross, which will be for only tracking, following suspects or lost and found people. And it's only tracking, and then we have some Malinois that will be used for short distance tracking and detection work, finding explosive or finding firearms or ammunition or narcotics.
So these guys is obviously now walking off into the bush and they've made a mark here, or this is the starting point of where they're walking off. So what's the plan now?
It's purely just an exercise for the dogs. So this is just like mimicking a scent pad we put. So when we start with foundation training with the dog, we'll put the harness, you could get the harness there, we'll put the harness down under the track. This is the start of dog. When the dog's going to come here, he will see, she will clearly go for the harness. She knows the harness is where I stop.
Okay.
Now she knows, that's where we want to start. So we use the hectic and color, the orange, hectic and purely. If the dog break loose and run away, the air support can find the dog easily.
Okay.
That's abruptly. Okay, that's my pick there, feigning touching. This is the short and easy explanation. I would work, but we'll do this over a distance of 5 kilometers to 10 kilometers. A couple of times a week for the training. All the rewards of the dog are food driven. We don't give them a ball like Mallies. It's how to give them food. They want to chop.
My favorite part of this job is trekking with the dogs. There's no way he will not love me because I'm the only one that's taking care of him. My boy.
On a daily basis, I will come here early morning at around 7, and I will load up some of the dogs, and I will take them to either a plane or one of the houses, and I will conduct a search. I will get someone to hide either ammunition or a toy or something else that we would look for, and then we will send the dogs to go search for it. So we'll have a handler that's holding the dog on leash, and we will say soup, and then they will go look for whatever we have hidden and indicate, and then we come back, they get their breakfast, and I carry on with the next bunch of dogs.
The plan for tonight, we are about to leave now for an OP, observation post. So we are going to look after the rhinos the whole night. When we're there, we use night fishing to see those animals. You are not allowed to use a torch, because once you use a torch, you show those guys where you are, so they're gonna attack you easily. So we use a torch when we are in danger, like when the animals are charging us, we're only allowed to use a torch. But when we walk, we don't use a torch, we just use the night vision. So that is where they report the rhinos. We found the 2 rhinos here, so we're going to do the OP here. So you have to prepare so we can start watching those rhinos. This is our first spot, yeah? So the reason why we put those babies on top, we see the weather seems like it's gonna rain at night. So that's why we put these things to cover us when we're inside, when it's raining. So for now, when we're done doing this baby, we have to go out to observe those rhinos where they are now.
It takes a special kind of commitment to do this work. Day after day, these teams are standing on the front line, protecting the wildlife that defines places like Mabula Private Game Reserve.
Well, welcome back to that sighting we had of Rhulani a little bit earlier this afternoon, and she is hiding behind quite well, there she's hiding behind this branch. I'm going to try and go forward a little bit, but really tricky to get into this sighting. Just see if we can get a better view of her. How's that, Mpo? So yeah, sorry, there's a few leaves in the way. It's a bit of a tight one, but it spots, and it's something that I'll take. Happy days. She did make a kill earlier this afternoon, and she's been feeding on it a bit, but that's on the other side of the bush. Oh, there she goes and sleeps again. Maybe a better view actually. Just while we got a chance while she's sleeping, just wanted to mention that amazing work that the anti-poachers do, you know, behind the scenes, keeping these wild spaces safe for the animals and giving us an opportunity to enjoy them in harmony. So thanks for that. I hope you enjoyed that video. But yeah, we're struggling to get a better view of her, but at least you've got an idea. She's starting to look quite full there, that belly looking a bit round. Just trying to keep an ear on the radio as well, because there are some vehicles that want to come and have a look. Yeah, thanks Gloria, I agree with you. I guess we get a little bit spoilt. You can just see her whiskers twitching there. But she is a very relaxed cat, living up to her name, Rhulani, that's for sure. I must say, it's the first time I met her. I've heard a lot about her, but what a pleasure to meet her in person, I guess. Not that she's noticing us. Okay, Ian, nicely done. Very cool afternoon, and leopards in the Sabi Sands are always an absolute treat, so well done. We have kind of not ended, but taken these last minutes of drive to kind of drive along the riverbed. We made like a little mutual decision to drive along the Timavati, and we took bets as to what animal we were going to see, and I went and said a scrub hare. Ozzy, what did you say?
Ellies.
Yes, and he's celebrating here like he won. Calvin, what did you say?
Impalas.
Impalas. Sean? Sean's busy checking all the trees. He said a vulture, but we have found elephants. So Ozzy, you win this competition. Well done.
Yeah.
Congratulations. And there's not many better ways than to be in this beautiful riverbed and watch elephants go and feed and drink and move around.
Yeah.
I was hoping this elephant was going to come this way, but he's actually walked that way.
They're going to the camp.
As he says, they're going to his camp. They're going to go and feed all around the camp tonight. That's what happens when you live in a wilderness area.
It's good.
It is good, isn't it? It's a blessing and a luxury.
Yes.
So, Calvin, I've got a fine for you, hey? Why don't you just pass him the microphone there quickly? Calvin, whose jersey are you wearing there?
This jersey is yours.
It's my jersey?
Yes.
Why are you wearing my jersey?
Because it was cold.
Because you forgot to pack a
jersey
for afternoon game drive in winter, hey?
Yes.
No problem, bro. You're forgiven. You're forgiven. I'll take your point away there.
That's Junior as well. No, you can take me my point away.
Sorry, I just had to mention that, everyone. I saw him sitting at our drink stop with the coffee for our little memories and share, and I saw he was getting a bit cold. I said, do you have a jersey? Do you have a jacket? No. Luckily I had a spare because I was prepping for the cold. But yeah, we've had a really fun afternoon all together. It's been one big team, the four of us here.
Yes.
Shawnee, big shout out to you. Thanks for looking after us so nicely. Sonia, it is incredibly fun to go out and with a group and track whatever the animal is, but most importantly, and I might be sharing this to everyone, it's not about like the end result, it's the journey. And when you are together in a group of four, or friends or family, or the people that you meet on the safaris, the journey is so exciting. It's not about that end result. Yes, the end result of finding lions today was amazing, but the process of how we got there was what really stood out. And for me personally, the human connection is like so important. So you're right, the time together and the memories that come are so valuable. And then we get to sit here with these elephants just completely on our own in the middle of the wild, secretly all hoping for a leopard to come out, but we don't want to get our hopes too high. And see that bull, the bull that was here drinking, he's the one on the left there. You can see how much bigger his size is, even at this distance, compared to that female that's moving on the right there. Is it a female? It looks like one, yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes.
And I mean, these guys don't get too much rest. Almost throughout the evening tonight, they're going to continue to feed. And if they do continue that way, they're going to be feeding around the Tracker Academy. And you'll be hearing them all night. What other animals do you guys hear in the night when you're sleeping? Baboons lots?
Even the leopard we hear them.
Is it, eh? Yes. So the leopards are calling here. We just can't see them. They're like ghosts, eh?
Yes. Can hear one near the camp, one far the camp, but baboons.
Every day.
Chad. Yeah, I wish I could show you the facial expressions of Ozzy here. Chad reckons elephants are the easiest to track. My personal opinion is that they're honestly one of the hardest. What do you guys think?
Yeah, they're one of the hardest.
Ellie, it's yes, I can say it's big, but tracking it is very hard.
Why is it so difficult?
Elephant, they have soft foot. They don't make a lot of impression in the ground. So for us trailing elephants, we don't go by tracks. We just go by sight, and it needs more time.
And in an area like this where there are so many elephants, to find the elephant that you started off tracking is very difficult because herds will come in and then you don't know which track you're following.
It's very hard.
Elephants can be incredibly challenging. I agree with you.
It's hard.
Even if you see an elephant bull now, you see this guy now, and you wait 10 minutes and you try and track him from exactly where he is now.
It's gone.
Yeah, because it can be difficult. And even if he's walking slowly, he's walking quicker than we can. Elephants are tricky. Although I appreciate the thoughts, thinking it's a big animal, it would be easy. Not the case.
Couldn't be.
And it looks like they stand still, but no. I mean, even in this riverbed around us where we're sitting, I can see 6 different sets of tracks, all going in different directions. Some from this morning and some from this afternoon. Okay guys, well, let's love and leave these elephants, but before we go, I'm going to say a quick goodbye and a massive thank you to you guys. I hope you have had a fun afternoon. I have had a lot of fun. So just want to say thank you very much for joining us. I hope you had a great experience. You guys taught us a lot. We learned lots from you. I hope you learned a little bit from us. Yes. And from me, I think the most important thing is that you had a good time.
Thank you, sir.
Is that it, eh?
Yeah, yes.
Cool. Good luck, guys, in the future, and keep killing it and crush it out there.
Yeah, thank you.
Amazing, guys. Enjoy your evening, and we will see you around on the reserve, hopefully tracking some other things soon.
Yes.
Amazing.
Tracking every day.
Hi, I'm Amy Krantz, Wild Earth presenter and private guide. I'd love for you to join me on safari. There it is. What I bring to a safari is a genuine love and care for people. To be able to create a memorable, special experience brings me so much joy. That's what takes a normal safari and makes it extraordinary.
At Wild Earth, we believe every story has the power to create change. That's why we've launched the Wild Earth Impact Foundation, a non-profit dedicated to conservation and social impact. By showcasing conservation stories, we can change lives, protect nature, and empower communities. We have partnered with Empowers Africa to accept tax-deductible donations from US donors. Your donation will help fund critical programs that support our mission. Join us and be part of the change.
Wild Earth Explorers, wilder together. We know that adverts pay our bills, but you don't necessarily like them. So, this is a fantastic way to stop being interrupted. Sign up today and you'll get instant access to wildlife. 24/7, ad-free, live and on demand. No pesky commercials, no rude interruptions, just wild Africa exactly as it unfolds. Wild Earth Explorers, wilder together.
Good.
You've got the aroma bubbles in the background. Hi Hi, main event. Yes, I love trekking cheetahs. I love trekking cheetahs so much. It's just interesting. The reason why I actually love trekking cheetahs more than the lions is they camouflage quite so well, so they make it a little bit tricky. If they sit in just about few meters off the road or under a tree, you need to look carefully to actually look at that. But they make it a little bit easier for me as well, especially the boys. They love walking on the road, of which I enjoy. But trekking cheetahs, because of how they mark the territory, looking that urine still dripping on the bottom of the tree, it's just super amazing to actually track. So I really enjoy trekking cheetahs. And here in Mabula, I love trekking Katleho and Isaho because they move quite a lot, those boys. No wonder they're so strong and have to, one day they wanted to actually get a buffalo calf. I think walking has done them well. See the fork-tailed drongo just sitting comfortably at the bottom of the tree there, trying to take advantage of the movement of the zebras, hoping that they actually disturb insects on the ground and he can just dive in at that perfect moment. Continue calling. That was a zebra that made the sound there. Beautiful. Hope you have a lovely evening, zebras, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Oh yes, Lian, at this present moment, today we still have quite, I think if I'm getting right, we are on waxing Gibbous moon. I'm not quite sure, but yes, in terms, they do sleep, but at a night where the moon is quite bright, they will continue to feed a little bit longer. But now they will try to get into the thickets and just lay down under the tree where they are not easily spotted and just wait for the sun to actually come up again. The zebras have said bye to the wildebeest. So the wildebeest wants to get a little bit of more, especially with them, because once they feed, they go into store. Oh, Dark Main Lover, it is always wonderful to actually have you, always wonderful to actually share this experience with you. We appreciate each and every one of you taking their time out of their comfort zones just to tune in and share these beautiful moments with us. It really means a lot from us as the Wild Earth team, because without you this is impossible. So thank you so much to everyone who has tuned in, and thank you so much to you, Dark Main Lover. Oh, Gavin, that is the most beautiful thing about being in the wild, about nature, is that any surprise can happen at any given time. This is a perfect time for the cheetahs to actually still moving. It's not that hot and it is still quite light for them. So yes, it would be a perfect moment. That would just be super special, wouldn't it? Did our prediction? Thought the cheetah was actually coming, but it's a male chasing a young one. Please do remember, our beautiful viewers, that the sunrise safari starts 30 minutes earlier tomorrow. So set those alarms. You do not want to miss what the bush will be having for us. What did you say to the adults that made the big one to actually chase you like that? Are you gonna sleep alone? Oh, you can never get enough of this. You can never get enough of this. Our beautiful viewers, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for being with us on these beautiful sunset safaris, and we appreciate each and every one of you from the Wild Earth team. Each and every one of us, we actually appreciate it. And I will see you guys tomorrow. We love you so much. Today, a dramatic showdown between cheetah and wild dogs. Getting butterflies, goosebumps. Familiar lions continue with their story. Gotta love those big eyes. Elephants keep us entertained.
It's really showing off for you here.
And the bush welcomes its newest arrivals.
This is amazing.
Welcome to today's Safari Plus.